with methods is easy to interact with the art and have fun. It's a one-man show with entirely free. This is a week except some. I'm ready to go, it's all live and anointing. So just stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show.
I am not me. I am art, and I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. It is currently 9:06 a.m. Sunday, the 1st of November, and you are here with... That's a joke. That's a lie. That's not me. You know that's not me. This is not me. Wait. This is not me. Oh. Huh? Can't keep that up for the whole show. I'll put the... Oh. There we go. That'll do. Here we are, and then, gosh, it's lighting. It's all, that's too bright. God. Where's the mouse? There it is. Spooky. It's all spooky. If we were to... you are here with me. Right here and right now. And I thank you for that. If we were allowed to be together physically, I would show my appreciation physically. With a hug, with a kiss, or by giving you the chills. With the egg on the yolk is running down. As it is, the best I can do is raise a glass to you. You can raise a glass to me as well, if you like. I'd like to start the show with the toast. It brings everybody together as one before the spooky show begins proper. So here goes. To zombies. May they be ever shambling. Partly for the logical truth of the situation. You can't run on decaying flesh. And also partly just to give us all a chance as we run away from them. Cheers. Doubled it for that first one. Good, gracious, macious. White isn't the right colour for it, is it? Let's go. No, that's... Oh, let's go spooky green. Spooky green. Gosh, I can't see a thing. Why can't I see a thing? There we go. Maybe turn that down a little. Make it a bit spookier. Is that spookier? I mean, you can't really see anything there, that's the problem. Maybe it's the jack-o'-lantern that's messing everything up. Hello, weaklings. How are you all? Gosh, what a hectic, some would say disorganized way to start the show. How are we all? We all good? 7 of you watching, that's lovely. Happy Halloween. Welcome to the show. How have you all been celebrating? Tell me. Talk to me. Tell me. Costumes? Sweets? Horror films? I bet it's been wonderful. I have obviously been hard at it. Terrifying face makeup. Making this incredible jack-o'-lantern. It's me. With the glasses and the beard and everything. The light represents my powerful imaginosphere. You can turn it up as well. I am very proud of it, but it is starting to smell slightly, so it won't be long in my home. But this episode is all about celebrating Halloween, and in turn celebrating fear. We are all prey to fears, both rational and otherwise, and in these times, guys, of global fear. Sometimes it's fun to venture into fictional fear to exorcise the things that are holding us back. For instance, last night I watched a horror film. I've been doing Inktober, as I'm sure you'll all know from... maybe too high. There we go. I've been doing Inktober, drawing a different picture every day in October. But I didn't do the last ones because I wanted to tell you guys about it first. I wanted to do it before this episode. It kind of ran out of time a little bit. Ran out of time. That's fine though. That's fine. But those who are following my Instagram and Facebook feeds will know. And I noticed that the final prompt was crawl, just the word crawl. And I remembered that there was a horror film on Hulu called Crawl. And so I thought, why not? I'll dive in. Let's give it a watch. So I watched it. The film's all about a young lady and her father and his dog getting caught up in a tropical storm in Florida, their house flooding, and a whole mess of alligators getting in there. And the alligators obviously want to eat them because that's just what they do. They're ginormous, terrifying monsters. As you can imagine, hijinks ensue. Lots of swimming, lots of tension. There's a bit with a broken leg that sounded terrifying to me, but at that point, coincidentally, I was pretty interested in the arm of my sofa. So I didn't actually see that part, but as I say, it sounded terrifying. And I personally like a film with a message. I like my films to have messages. It means that you've had a great time watching the film. Also, it means you'll take a little something away with you into your actual life. And I really liked a very clear message of Crawl was simply, don't live in Florida. I thought that's great. Can remember that. Take that forward. So I'm going to draw an alligator from the film for Inktober. So that's a little sneak preview for you there. You'll get that later on in the Facebook and Instagram feeds. But as I say, we are celebrating scariness today. So this episode is going to be a little bit scary. There's something going on with my mouse. Where I can't find it. There it is. It just needs to be bigger. Just be bigger, mouse. Be bigger. But yes, we are celebrating scariness. So it's going to be a bit of a scary episode. Now, some of you might be asking, how scary is this going to be? How scary is this going to be? And I would have to say, probably as scary as. As scary as. Ooh, that's right. That's right. Family simile. Use your imaginospheres to think of something creative to finish off this simile. As scary as. This segment is all about pushing forward the boundaries of language to really engage your imaginospheres to think of something real crazy here, guys. We've been through the entirety of spooky season. There is a global pandemic, and the McRib is back. If you can't think of something scary to finish this off, I want some of what you're having. Seriously. I don't want to do your work for you, but really get creative in there. And at the end of the episode, I will pick a winner, and if that's you, your name will go on the ticker for next episode. How are we doing with the... It's because... I turned the thing down. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? That's much better. Yes. No, it's not there. It's not there. We didn't do it. But it was T.B. Douglas last episode with As Fresh As Nana Cherry's Money Man. A great simile, nostalgic simile for me, taking me back to the halcyon days of 1988. And I realised... after last episode, it's actually probably quite a geographically specific simile as well, because there's a decent chance, I believe, tragic though it may be, that you might not know who Nana Cherry is. Her star may not have risen quite as bright over on this side of the pond. But then I thought, well, what that gives us a great opportunity for is at the end of the episode... Once I've scared you, once I've scared the bejesus out of you, okay, and you're needing a little bit of solace, all you need to do is Google Nana Cherry buffalo stance. Yeah? Neneh cherry, buffalo stance. N-E-N-E-H, cherry, cherry, buffalo, buffalo, stance, like dance but st. Yeah? Neneh cherry, buffalo stance. At the end of the episode, it's really just, it's going to give you that joy of life again. It's going to give you that joy of life again. And we'll all listen to it separately, wherever we are in the world. It'll bring us all together again and back into the realm of happiness. Anyway, get those similes in the chat. And it could be you on the ticker for next show. Squares. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Gosh, I haven't really been looking at the chat. How are you all doing? Gamer Hall, hello. So many sweets. That's good. I'm pleased that you've been engaging in the sweets. Sugar is a natural counteract to fear, so that's absolutely fine. Monkey Pixie Rules, is the rabbit in that poster General Woundwort from Watership Down? That's a great segue, actually. We obviously have the Most Week Show Spooktacular backdrop here, and what I've noticed in times past when we have had things on the back, it's sometimes difficult with the lighting to see it properly. So what I thought I'd do is just take a picture of it. If you want to see the backdrop with a little bit more clarity, boom, there it is. So what we've got here is a pretty classic design. Top left and right, we've got some bats. Top center, we've got a ghost, or just a spooky mattress, perhaps. Whatever it is, there's a bed sheet over the top of it. Most Week Show scrawled. Nice font work there by myself. Spooktacular is a little bit shaky on the font and is apparently being dripping with some kind of green goo. Bottom left, we've got a witch's hat with a spider coming off it. Bottom center, classic jack-o'-lantern. And bottom right, absolutely Monkey Pixie Rules. That is General Woundwort, or Woundwort from Watership Down, a film that I saw when I was absolutely too young to do so, and he has scared the bejesus out of me ever since. I carry with me to my adult life a low-level fear, but a very real fear of rabbits, and the idea of keeping one as a pet for me is insane. So thank you very much for asking that. That felt very organic. Our journey into that felt very organic. Gamer Hall, I thought it would be the dog turned into Asmodeus, trying to kill them. It's General Woundwort. SJ Beck getting in there with the family similes. Thank you very much for that. Monkey Pixie Rules, absolutely as well. SJ Beck 72. No. I'm not sure what that was in relation to, but you're getting into the horror spirit, and I do appreciate that. Fantastic. The Percy Pigs are mine. That's fantastic. Hello to everybody who's watching. Hello to you Americans who are watching and have really, I'm sure, really reveling in the extra hour of sleep that you got this morning, because daylight savings time is done. What have we got next? What have we got first? Gosh. That's right. We have your favourite and mine.
You wrote down some words, and I'll never forget them. I love them all, even if I don't get them.
That's right. Oh gosh. There we go. That's right. Acolyte Poetry Corner. It's a time where you all get a chance to get creative in a very specific way to do with a prompt that I've given you. The prompt for this week, of course, spookiness, and what fears in general. What scares you? What scares you is the question that I asked, and I'm very proud I asked it, because gosh, we got some tip-top poems coming in, and I don't really even want to waste some time. I don't really even want to waste the time here. So we're going to get some spooky music going. Oh, that's a bit spooky. Okay, yeah. You all hear that properly? Is that being heard? Anyway, so we've got some incredible poems, and we're going to start off with a little poem from your friend and mine, Nana Hobbob. There it is. There's the name. We're going to use the authentic poetry camera. Wait. Let's get it proper. There we go. Okay. Gosh, that font is small when you're far away from it, isn't it? No, just... Here we go. No title for this poem, and that's fine. I sailed out to the island of plastic, where I knew the situation had grown drastic. Decades of damage had been done, and the great watchers thought I was the one. An eerie quiet fell upon the water. I tread on like a lamb to the slaughter. And then they came, the denizens of the deep, a bump on my vessel, awake from their sleep. In an instant I knew this was retaliation for humankind's failed cohabitation. I was sent reeling by a blow from a fluke. This was the beginning of the whales' rebuke. They could not be tempted by the cloud of krill. I could see in their eyes they meant to kill. They pulled me down until I could not see the waves. For humans now, the ocean will be our graves. Pretty creepy, guys. Pretty creepy. Now what? Hello. Okay. Cord fell out the back, sorry. There we go. What Nana Hobbob has done there, what Nana has done, and you'll have learned this if you're watching our quiz on Tuesday just gone. Nana suffers from setophobia. Setophobia, of course, being the fear of whales. W-A-L-E-S. No, W-H-A-L-E-S. I clarified by not clarifying there. This is a weird fear, but they are ginormous, so I kind of get it. I enjoyed this very much, Nana. Retaliation, cohabitation. That's a great rhyme. Denizens, that's a lovely word. Eerie. Anything that's described as eerie, that's also scary. It posits an unlikely but very exciting and terrifying scenario. So Nana Hobbob, I take my hat off to you for the vulnerability of allowing us into your fear, whilst also telling us about something that's kind of weird. It's weird. We're not gonna. I don't want to sugarcoat it too much. It's weird, but thank you. Who's up next? Robin Danzy Passard. Now, Robin, someone who hasn't sent a poem in before, so I hope you're very excited to hear what Robin has to say for himself or herself. Robin can be a girl's name, can't it? But whoe'er they be, they've written a poem, and we say thank you. Let's get that spooky music back. Let's get the right camera. Here we go. Getting real close to this one. I saw it once, but I didn't run. I felt like a victim, but I'm innocent. And terrified is only the minimum. Whenever I think of Anne Widdicombe. Wow. Again, we've had whales, and they are spooky, sure. I wouldn't necessarily say full-on scary. But now we've got Anne Widdicombe. Now, again, the Americans who are watching may be a little confused. Anne Widdecombe is a politician, a former politician, I think, in the UK. She's a woman in her kind of 60s, maybe 70s at this point. She has a voice that one could describe as grating, certainly grating. Terrifying? For me, no. I find her tolerable, if, unappealing. But for Robin, she's terrifying. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Some people are scared of older women. And that's fine. Robin, you're in a safe space. Thank you for sharing that with me. You're a good guy. Or girl. I hope you feel better soon. And I hope, how often do you see Anne Widdecombe these days? I think you're good. Final poem this week is from T.B. Douglas, a seasoned poet in these here times. Now, I'm not going to... This one does have a title, but I want you guys to see if you can work out what the title is. Because the title is what TB is afraid of. And I want you to see if the image comes through, yeah? It's a little test of the poem. Here we go. Let's get the music. Ooh. Let's get the camera. Oh. Unpredictable and harsh, they peck at my peace, waiting and watching, menacingly without cease. Sharp and pointed, they swoop overhead, impossible to keep track of, they fill me with dread. Their presence is ominous, though they seem unperturbed. It's as though their purpose is to leave me disturbed. Ooh! Ooh! TB. Such language used... Light. Such language used by TB here. Unbelievable. Disturbed, perturbed, ominous, dread, sharp, menacing, harsh. Oof. Oof. Does anybody have any guesses as to what they think TB is scared of here? Just pop them in the chat. I need a little sip of a little sip of the apple juice. Anyone? Anyone at all? No? Okay, well, it's ravens. I'm just gonna... Crows. Nana Hobbob. Boom! Nana got it. Crows, just as we've all learned, a slightly larger version of ravens. Crows are the biggest. They're the biggest they can be. Then we've got ravens, just a bit more wee. Rook is smaller still, but only by a smidgen. Then you've got jackdaw, who's as big as a pigeon. Ostriches. That's going in a different direction. Less pointed, I would say, but more physically intimidating. Monkey Pigsy. More physically intimidating. Stuart Seaton, I thought you said raisins. Again, not so much with the with the pointed. Raisins, they have more of a shapely figure, a more pleasing figure, and they are, high in, some kind of nutrients, one would assume. But thank you very much for guessing, Stuart. TB, that was wonderful. And do you know what? I'm never going to look at a raven the same way. And what I like about this is that we have, obviously, the classic Edgar Allan Poe poem, The Raven, it's interesting how two poets, neither better than the other, can tackle the same subject in such different ways. Edgar Allan Poe is talking about the kind of existential dread, using ravens as a kind of a metaphor for loss and longing, and the fact that his lost love will never come back. He's a constant reminder. TB, focus on the pecking. Both great poems, okay? So thank you, TB, and heck, thank you all of the poets for the words. Let's get some applause in the chat there, because that was a terrifying trio of poems, and I hope that by publicizing your fears, guys, I hope that they are a little less terrifying now. That's what I hope. I hope that we've grown together and we've learned together. Nana Hobbit, masterful, absolutely. TB, well done. I mean, it's just the actual poets who are saying well done to themselves. It seems a little self-congratulating. Stuart Seaton, thank you very much, Stuart. That's lovely. Great poems, guys. Emma Acton, SJBX72, frighteningly good. SJBX72, you're getting exactly what this is all about. So thank you. Oh, I didn't put the family simile up. If anyone hasn't had a stab, Bam Bam Roll, fantastic poems. Hello, Bam Bam Roll. How lovely to see you on a Most Week Show. I believe this is the first time. Thank you so much for joining us here. This is a spookier version than we normally do, but just as good. So if I realise now that I haven't come up with a theme for Nana Hobart Dan, I missed the others. They're great. One of them was yours, Nana, and we discussed your cetophobia, fear of whales. We discussed that it's a little weird, but absolutely fine. And then a new poet, Robin Danzy Passard, did a poem about how scared he was of Anne Widdecombe, who is an elderly female politician in the UK. Feel free to Google at your leisure. So, yes, for next time, for the next Acolyte Poetry Corner, I want you to write me a poem about cold. Yeah? Cold. Interpret that however you wish. It can be any length, any genre, any style, any level of quality. They're all good. And then email your poem. And this will be in a few weeks, so don't worry about doing it right now. I mean, 2 of the poems for this week came in the last 12 hours, so no need to worry on that. And email them to iamnotmeimart@gmail.com. We'll get together. We'll feel cold together. And we'll have a great time. What have we got next? Oh, I know what we've got next. We've got a little...
I give props because no one pretends sponsors I see that make my artists that are almost but not quite as good as me. And I give a super selfless gap around to see just who will get a most sought after, not be branded. Well done, you.
That's right, well done you. Last week, through the Collaborate initiative, I realized, thanks to the messages that nature was giving me, that I needed to collaborate more on this show. I needed different voices, different faces on this show, so it's not just me every week. I needed to give my platform to others. Needed to give them a few, crumbs off the table. This week, I wanted to therefore say a well done you, because he has pointed out several times that he hasn't been thanked yet. Cameraman George. Now, Cameraman George, for those of you who don't know, came to me a few years ago through my U plus Not Me equals Art initiative. Said that he was interested in helping out in whatever way he could. He is an undocumented migrant. He is not in this country legally. But as a good guy, I kind of looked past that. For that reason, he can't be seen or heard on any of my videos for fear of him being deported. He came to me. He said, you know, I love art. I really want to help out. I love film. Is there something I can do? And I thought, yep, absolutely. I didn't realize at that point he wanted to get paid for it. But I have been paying him ever since, and he has helped me film any number of videos and arguably improved them. With this new collaborate venture that I was going on, I decided to give him a larger role. I had an idea for a horror film that I wanted to make for this episode for you guys, and I thought, I've had the idea for a while. I thought, oh, this is going to be a great horror film, nice and spooky. Oh, nice and spooky. But I thought, you know what? Let's involve cameraman George a little bit more. A lot of Mexican directors, fantastic horror directors. Alexandra Aja directed Crawl. We talked about that earlier. Mexican chap. Guillermo del Toro has a horror influence in all of his things. I thought, let's use that. Let's use that, you know, like taking Rain Man to a casino. Let's use what we're given here. Let's try and make it work for us. So I had this idea, and I gave the idea to cameraman George and told him to run with it. He did. He did run with it. I wanted to make a spooky film. He turned it into a little bit more of a scary film, out and out scary film. So if there are any very young people watching, maybe just give them a cushion, just in case they need to, you know. I'm pretty hardened when it comes to horror. I was once in a lift with a homeless person, so I know fear, okay? But it's scary. It's scary. I don't want to... but, so here is a horror film. The idea was by me, but then I gave it to cameraman George, and we kind of, I suppose, collaborated on it. I had the edit, so I had the ultimate. But I'm not going to influence you anymore. Please enjoy this world premiere horror film by Notme, and also a little bit by cameraman George. Enjoy. How did I get here? I don't need to tell you how bad this is. You know that I could get a lawyer, you know that I could sue you, and you know that you would lose, but I don't want that. I want to draw a line under this whole situation, so if I can receive assurances from you that the young lady who made the mistake on my account will be terminated, then we'll move on and say no more about it.
Well, sir, we all make mistakes.
Or with all due respect, Dennis, I don't believe that they do. If you choose to live your life with care and consideration, you'll find you don't make any mistakes at all. Will the girl be terminated?
You want us to kill her?
No, terminated like fired, like her contract terminated. God, what are you thinking, Dennis?
I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, she will be let go.
Thank you, and that is exactly what I wanted to hear. I am still a loyal target customer. Thank you.
I couldn't believe what I'd seen. What was that? Who did it? I knew I couldn't go in there with that, but I still needed the toilet. I knew I'd have to go at work. Work. was the first time I saw him. That was when my torment began. He was still there when I got back from work. Of course he was. I sometimes think back to that night. I think of myself resting, sleeping, dreaming of whatever it was I dreamt of. I wasn't thinking about him. He wasn't in my head. I didn't know how lucky I was. Sooner or later I knew I'd have to speak to him. If not now, when? Hi. Have you just moved in? It's a little bit weird, with you just standing and staring the whole time. I'd prefer it if you didn't. You're just being rude. Just don't be here tomorrow. Or else. I realized when I got in that I hadn't gone to the toilet when I was at work and I needed to go. But I couldn't go in my bathroom. Not with that in there. And it's then that I connected the dots. He showed up at the same time as the bathroom situation. A coincidence? No. It was him. He did it. He did that thing in there. He was taunting me. He was daring me to confront him. But I couldn't. I was scared. I tried to breathe the panic out of my lungs, get my head on straight and replace fire with fresh air. That was stupid. Emotional. I'd almost made a mistake. Care and consideration. Consideration. He's not a person. He's energy. Like a black hole drawing my attention into his inescapable snare. I wished he'd do something. But he didn't. He was just there. Everyone has their breaking point. And so here we are. My tormentor still standing, still staring, still having done something truly disgusting in my bathroom. And me trying to swallow down the terror, hide it away so he couldn't see it. Who wants to live forever? My home. I know what happened. I know who put the toilet roll the wrong way round with the loose bit facing the wall. It was me. I guess everyone does make mistakes after all. I should phone the Target customer services team and tell them that, and apologise for getting that girl fired. Well, it's after 8 now, there's no way they'd pick up at this time. Never mind. So there we go. There we go. I think he went too far. I'll be the first to say it. I think he went too far. I think he took a spooky idea of somebody just kind of standing there. And I knew it would involve the toilet roll thing in some way. Because it was autobiographical. It happened to me. I knew that it couldn't have been cameraman George who put it round the wrong way, because he was away at that time. So I thought, gosh, it must have been me. And I thought, oh my god, it's like I was a different person. The whole thing spiraled from there. I thought, that's a nice spooky idea. The cameraman George kind of took it a bit too far. That's my take. But I mean, it's getting some nice praise. Too scared, had to minimize the screams. Both, I mean, that's maybe a bit too much. TB Douglas says terrifying. Emma Acton, the shower curtain is also tripping me. It's a great shower curtain, isn't it? It's a great shower curtain. Stuart Seaton just has some poo emojis, which I assume means he's scared. That was a good movie. There we go. That's the review that I'm looking for. Gamer Hall, thank you. Now I'm going to eat mushy pea soup. Okay, whatever you need to bring yourself back from it. Sosaflow 19. No, I just got here. That's absolutely fine, Sosaflow 19. You just missed a real trippy horror film. But I will be... Normally, my trend is to release the videos that I premiere here on Twitch and on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, click the like button. Thank you very much. About at least a week after this. But because this is Halloween, I'm going to be releasing this video a little bit later today, so you'll be able to see it in its full entirety, Sosaflow. But you know the twist now, which might be able to give you, might be able to see the clues. Maybe able to see the clues earlier on. TB Douglas, clap, 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 great performances. I mean, thanks. Monkey Pixie Rules, holy moly. SJPX72, great suspense and terrifying music. Yeah, absolutely terrifying music. Nana Hobbob, terrific. Thanks, Nana. Appreciate that, Nana. And yes, I suppose, well done you, cameraman George, for your cinematography and for always, kind of helping, helping me out where I need it. So that's just the first of many collaborations that I'll be doing in the coming weeks and months. That film was very well done, says Bam Bam Roll. Thank you, Bam Bam Roll. Thank you. I aim to do things very well always. Gosh. We've only got 4 minutes left, and we still have to have time for
Art Bet. To challenge yourself is artistic. Art Bet. I'll give you options you can pick. Art Bet. Take a guess, see if you won. Art Bet. It's not for money, just for fun. Art Bet.
It's Art Bet. It's Art Bet. It's the time you've all been waiting for. We don't have long left. Of course, as ever. So just going to go straight to it. Notme said straight over to Notme. Notme, what do you have for us today, Notme? You hand-stitched steering wheel of a man. No. Other one. Over to you, Notme.
Thanks, Notme. Today's art challenge will be undertaken by The Fates / Mars Incorporated. Basically, we're going to be getting involved with the November Halloween M&M prediction tradition. You all know about the November Halloween M&M prediction tradition, yes? 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 No? Well, basically, a ceremonial bag of M&Ms, the sugar-coated candies, is selected. Ideally, it's a fun-size bag, otherwise it takes too long. And the mode colour within that packet represents how the following month is going to go. There's 6 colours. In M&Ms, so there are 6 possible outcomes. Each one relates to a different area. Not sure if you can see that properly. Red is focus, so you're going to spend the month really just kind of chilling, focusing, recalibrating your mind to what's really most important. It's a pretty good one. You don't want to miss that. Blue is money. You're going to be coming into some money. Could be a lottery win. Could be some kind of stocks and shares vesting in a very favourable way. Maybe you find a wallet and it's got a huge amount of money in it. And even if you leave a little bit of money in that wallet to make it seem like you haven't stolen all of it, still a sizable amount of money in there. I don't know. Orange is food, so you're going to be eating some real incredible meals over the course of November. This is the gourmand's choice. This is the gourmand's choice. Really, your taste buds going to have, a real crackerjack November. Brown. What else could brown be? The colour of love. It's romance. You're going to meet somebody a little bit special, and then you'll end up hugging and maybe kissing them at some point in the future. Not necessarily in November, but you'll meet them in November, and then who knows what's going to happen in the future. As I say, maybe kissing. What's that colour? It's difficult to tell with the purple glasses on. Green is job. Something really good is going to happen to you in your job. If you don't have a job, it means you'll get a job. And if you do have a job, maybe you'll get a promotion in that job. Or, sometimes even better, somebody that you don't like at the job will get fired. So, good stuff all round. And yellow, of course, is wedding. Wedding bells are in the future. Though, in all honesty, probably not for you. So, 6 different options. Basically, we will consult the sugar-coated candies. We'll open the bag, look inside, and that will determine how November is going to go for us all. It's going to kind of unite us all in these goals, which is pretty impressive. That's the challenge of fate, and as I say, potentially Mars Incorporated. Your art bet is simply which colour will be most heavily represented. Back to you, Notme.
Well, thank you, Notme. Oh.
And happy Halloween.
Thanks, Notme. So there we go. We are doing the classic, almost infamous at this point, November Halloween M&M prediction tradition. Long may it continue. Nana Hobbob hasn't heard of it, but it makes so much sense. It really does. It really, really does. So can you make your guess? No, you can't, because you don't know all the details. Let's get some things to consider. Thing number 1. A ceremonial packet will be selected from a pool of 3. Okay? 3 fun-size packets of M&Ms. Thing number 2. If there is no clear winner, one of the other packets will be opened. Okay? So if it's an even Stevens, then we're going to have to go to a second packet. If we have to go to a second packet, the mode of all opened bags will be the winner. Oh, that was quick. That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. So yeah. So in essence, that's what we're dealing with here. That's what we're dealing with. Nice and simple. Let's get. We need to get the other camera on. Oh, what's this camera? And we need to make sure that the light is white. Because if you ain't white, then you ain't right when it comes specifically to lights for color-based challenges. Okay, so this is the thing down here, and we have 3 packets. We have an A, we have a B, and we have a C. It's difficult to tell because the pen is, there's no clear place to draw on a, you get the idea. You get the idea. So guys, I'm going to need one of you to give me an A, a B, or a C. And that will be the packet of real-time art bet. Absolutely, TB. It's thrilling. Look, it's really happening right now. TB Douglas says B. Okay. We're going to take that. We've laid it out on some kitchen roll here. Laid them out on some kitchen roll. You'll need to make your... Oh, yes. Oh, you will need to make your things. So we're using B if that influences your decision. Here are your options. Because I didn't want to kind of mess it up with the A's and B's, and we've already got the A's and B's. So just write down red, blue, orange, brown, green, or yellow. What do you think? And feel free to use your intuition as to how this upcoming month is going to go. If you feel like you're going to be getting a lot of romance, feel free to put brown, because that's probably going to be what's represented here. I mean, if it isn't what's represented here, then that means that this whole system doesn't work. And I think we all know better than that at this stage. TB goes orange, thinking it's going to be gourmand. Stuart Seaton goes green. What was green? Job. Want something good in the job. That's great. Emma Acton goes red. Refocusing. Nice Zen option there. Monkey Pigsy Rules looking for that romance. I see it. Bam Bam Roll looking for that focus. Nana Hobbob just looking for that straight cash, baby. Straight cash. Monkey Pixie Rules says hubba hubba, as if to emphasize the brown romance that you're looking for there. Well, oh gosh, no, because I did a whole thing for it, so that I was there. It's difficult. It's difficult sometimes just to keep track of everything. SJBX72 going for that focus. No one looking to go to a wedding. I guess, I mean, it's not really time for weddings, is it? They have to be so small these days. It's almost not worth having them. Okay. So let's get back to the camera. I will open the bag at this point. I'm going to do it one by one to build up the tension. Let's put that music back on. Gamer Hole goes green. Gamer Hole goes green. Wants something good in Gamer Hole's job. And I hope. Nana Hobbob thinking blue this November. Nice. I like that a lot. This kitchen roll. We're going to do it one by one just to build up the tension. Get that. I mean, it's not really tense though, is it? It's not really tense. It'll have to do. Okay, so you can see me in this camera taking them out, in this camera putting them down. Number one, it's a red. I don't know how many there are in here. I'm not going to count, but we're just going to go until we can't go anymore. Number two, oh, it's a brown. Can you feel the tension? Do you understand what you're doing with your morning? Here's a green for you. Oh my goodness. Here's another one. It's another red. Focus. The focus is high here. Here's another one. It's an orange. The gourmands getting on the board. Respect to that. Here we go. Another one. Yellow. There we go. The weddings. And now everybody's represented. There's a blue as well. What's next? Monkey Pixie Rules. Come on, brown. Absolutely. Oh, and it worked. There's another brown. See, that shows that it's working. If you cheer on your color, it genuinely works. Here's another blue. Oh, so at this stage... Wait, no, we'll do a couple more. Green, come on. Work for me. I like that. Oh, there's a third one for blue. It's all about the money. TB says, come on, orange. And a couple of peaches. Nice. That's good. Oh, I dropped my mouse on the floor. We have a green. It's all kicking off here, guys. We're already 5 minutes over. What do we do? Orange. Gosh, what a tight race. What a tight race this is. Orange comes to... Okay, so guys, we have... I can feel in the packet, we have 3 left. Currently, we have blue and orange in the lead at 3 apiece. Brown, orange, red and green are on 2. Yellow languishing behind. We have a red. We have a 3-way tie. If we have to open another packet, it won't go as slowly as this demo. The penultimate one is kind of a half one. Controversy. We have a half M&M. Unbelievable, says Nana. Absolutely. Blue, of course we do. What do we do, guys? We have 4 proper ones for blue 3 and kind of a half, but does that counts as a half? It's like a penalty shootout. It is. I'm happy to go with. We can go to one of the other packets and do it quicker. I promise. Or do we want to take blue as a? You couldn't make this up. You couldn't. I mean, if anybody could, it would be me. You're happy with? Are we saying blue wins? Are we saying blue wins? Blue wins. Blue wins. 4 is more than 3.5. You can't argue with the maths, Emma. Blue does win. As sad as I am to admit that. And TB was the gourmand going for orange. Wow. Blue wins. Blue. Should I write that on the thing? I'll do the classic blue cross on the kitchen roll, which says that blue wins. Which means, of course, that we're all going to be getting a lot of money, which is fantastic. Oh, it shouldn't be as exciting as it is. It's just a man taking a... So congratulations to those of you who guessed correctly. Who was that? Who was guessing correctly on that? Who are the blues? Nana Hobbob. Was it just Nana Hobbob? Oh, Nana. Nana. Some of those blue ones look a bit browny to me. You're not going to get away with that one, Monkey Pixie rules. So well done to Nana for getting the victory there. Top work. We're all going to be getting money though, so even if you didn't win, don't worry about it because money's money. Money's money. Let's move. We've got one more thing, one more bit of business, a couple more bits of business to be dealing with here. Digital family simile winner. We got some great family simile options here. Great family simile options. Let's have a read through them. SJ Beck, as scary as DT getting a second term. I think we're all scared about that just because of just the general kind of level of stress in the world. Wait, no, let's get back on the red. There we go. That's better. So thank you, SJ Beck 72. Monkey Pixie rules. The scariest gamer Hall's death stare when I reveal to her that I've eaten all the Percy Pigs. Percy Pigs, of course, for the Americans, are wonderful gummy sweets. They're only available in Marks and Spencer's in the UK, and I miss them every day. I have one packet with me that I've been saving for a very, very special occasion, it's hopefully that's coming up soon because once they're gone, they're gone. Stuart Seaton is scary as nearly not having enough time for art bet. Gosh, that is scary, isn't it? You feel that tension when it's getting. I mean, we're already 10 minutes past, so apparently there's no time limit to this anyway. TV Douglas, scary as this short film. Once again, I thank you for your compliments over the short film, which means that the winner of this week's family simile, of course, Emma Acton, as scary as Labour Ward screams on Halloween night. It's straight out of a horror film. I love it to bits. Very, very scary. Labour wards are the best of times. Terrifying places. Humans coming out of other humans. It's like a David Cronenberg film. But on Halloween night, forget about it. So well done, Emma Acton. Round of applause to you. Let's have a wipe up. For the home art, the snap quest for next week is dozen. So take a picture inspired by the word dozen. I assume it's going to be the dozen something. But what's that dozen going to be? Just make it cool, make it creative, make it stylish, whatever you want. Just a dozen of something. Also, draw a vision of Notme. We haven't had a vision of Notme on several Fridays in a row, and that upsets me. That upsets me personally. Just draw me. Just draw me, for God's sake. Or just, create. We've had collages. We've had pencil drawings. We've had photos that have been manipulated, the whole thing. And number 3, watch I Am Smart on Tuesday. The quiz went really well on Tuesday this week past just gone, so I think we're going to stick with Tuesdays for the time being. Tuesday, I don't think you've got anything else going on, no other major events happening, so it should be a great turnout. There's going to be some, one of the yay or nay round is all going to be about 80s films on Tuesday, so make sure you tune in for that. And for all of these things, of course, email me, iamnotme@gmail.com. Just email me anything, and it'll go in the show. That's how generous I am. Gosh, this has gone long. Wasn't expecting it. There we go. Back to main. So there we go. That is it. Another spine-tingling episode over. Thank you all for watching and engaging and making it, I think, the best episode that I have ever created. Stuart Seaton says, can we do live art bets every other week? It was great. If I can think of the ideas, Stuart Seaton, I absolutely will. And if you think of any ideas for an art bet, let me know, because they are tricky to come up with, and I would love to be able to involve you. Collaboration, right? Collaborate. We all saw that last week. Similarly based on a true experience too. Emma Acton. Oh, that's scary. Can you connect me and Nana Hobbob for our sweet exchange? Oh yeah, this is very exciting. Absolutely. Yes, I will send you both the postal address of the other person, or the email address of the other person, and you guys can work it all out. That's very exciting. And please document as much of it as you can, because that would be a lovely story to share on a future episode of the Most Week Show. Thank you all so much for watching and getting involved as ever. This is super duper fun. I hope you have all, we're continuing series 2 now, in a really high standard, and I can't wait to keep it going next week. I am Notme. I am Art, and I'm wishing you a very happy, a very rich and wealthy, and a very creative week ahead. Google Nana Cherry Buffalo Stance. Listen to it. Get over all your cares and strives. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I love you all. Turn the desktop audio off. Cheers. Woo. They didn't agree with the cameraman, George, but I maintained that film was too scary. No, they didn't. Well, I'm more important, I think. God!
What a great show we all made just now. It was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly smaller bow than mine. So I'll see you right here next week, same time. It'll happen, gosh, I just don't know. But I can promise you this, I'm going to blow your mind next week on the Most Week Show.